Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while since I've made any vlog video for you guys, so we have a lot to catch up on. It's been about 4 weeks since I've made my last vlog, and within those 4 weeks we went to 3 different big cities. Went to Barcelona, Morocco, that's a country, I guess, and then we just got back from Salamanca yesterday. And as you can see, the Barcelona game is almost on, so I only have about 15 minutes to make this video. So I'm gonna kind of just show you the highlights and then get on with watching this game. So we went to Barcelona 3 weeks ago, and Barcelona is probably one of my favorite cities that we've been to by far. We got there and, well, let me back up. On our way there, we had a little issue in the airport. This was kind of our big first flying trip that we were making with Ryanair, so we didn't really know what to expect. We've heard a lot of different things about what Ryanair does to screw you over and to take your money and to, charge you for anything other than the flight. We didn't really know what to expect, and so once we got to the gate, we pulled out our passports, and all of the guys had their passports, but the 3 girls we were with all were under the impression that they didn't have to have their actual passport. They could just take their copies of their passports. So they got up to the gate, and of course the Ryanair people wouldn't let them through with their copies of the passport. So after about 20 minutes of arguing with the guy and trying to get them through, the girls had to end up staying overnight in Sevilla and taking a train to Barcelona to meet back up with us. But I guess once that was over, everything was good. That was kind of a rough start because we were all like really excited. We were all in the airport so pumped to go to Barcelona, and then that happened and we were separated, and yeah, so we had to go through that. But once we got to Barcelona, it was awesome. Barcelona is pretty much the New York City of Spain. I absolutely loved it. Our hostel was right in the center of the city, and we lived next to this big strip with this amazing architecture by Gaudi, one of the most famous architects in Spain, and he just has these incredible buildings lining the streets, and then there's these huge stores and businesses like Gucci, Prada, Apple, Zara, all the big store names are along this strip, and they're just huge, tall buildings just like you'd see in New York. And so it was awesome. We were going through it, and I was completely in love with this city right when we got there. The 2 big highlights from Barcelona were probably the fountain show that we went to. It was this big show at this big castle on the top of a hill in the middle of Barcelona, and there is big pillars like they have, the 4 big pillars at UW that they have. There were pillars just like that behind this huge fountain, and there was a light show at this fountain that we were at. So we went to that the first night, and then after that we went to a club called Opium, and Opium was insane. We went there the 2 nights that we were in Barcelona, and you get in, and I got us in for free on Jazz List. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a Facebook page where it gives you like codes to get into clubs for free. So I got us in for free, and we get in there, and it is massive. There's like 6 bars surrounding this club, and a DJ, like a famous DJ, was there both nights. And then in the back of the club is a private beach where there's like volleyball courts and this yacht club like right across the way. And it was just an insane club, and we all got in there and we were kind of shocked, but we obviously loved it because we went back the second night. So that was the first night, and then the second day was my favorite day, and it will continue to be one of the highlights of this study abroad trip. We got the opportunity to go to FC Barcelona soccer game, and it was insane. It was a home game, obviously, so everyone was really pumped. We all went and got our Barcelona attire. I got a Barcelona scarf, and I ended up buying Barcelona soccer sweatpants. We all went, and it was just incredible. We won 6-0. My favorite soccer player, Neymar Jr., got his first hat trick of the season, and Messi scored twice, and it was just insane. I had the most incredible experience. That was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do while we were in Barcelona. That was like the big thing that I was hoping for, and I didn't think that I was going to get the chance, because what are the chances that we're in Barcelona on a game day weekend and we get to go watch it? So it was incredible, and I'm so happy that we got to do that. For the most part, that was Barcelona. Obviously, we did a lot more, but those are the highlights. So then the next weekend, we went to Morocco. And there's not enough time in the world to tell you everything that happened in Morocco. Africa is crazy. It is such a culture shock, and we all had the most intense, crazy time in Morocco. Just to kind of give you an idea of what happened, we got there, and the line to get into the train station was like 2 miles long, and it took us 2.5 hours to get through it. And we were all outside in between these two gates, and the policemen would like take out the gate, and we would all run to the next section, and then they'd shut the gate, and they kept doing that for 2.5 hours. And then we barely got onto the train. Half of our group got split up. Me and Maddie, one of the girls we were with, her and I got stuck in a cab car with a really mean family, and they mocked us and ridiculed us the entire time we were there. I mean, it's kind of because we jumped in and stole their seats that they were saving, but I mean, the train was full, so you can't save an entire cab for your family. Sorry, we needed a seat. So that was a good way to start the trip. And then we got to Morocco, and the weekend we were there was the religious ceremony of like killing sheep. They would sacrifice these sheep, and then use the blood as like the sacrifice for this religious ceremony. And so we got there, and just everyone was running around with sheep, and we had no idea why people had so many sheep. And then finally the people in the hostel were like, well, yeah, everyone's getting ready for this big festival. So we had no idea. And we got some entertainment, and we were at dinner. We were kind of on this terrace, and we got to look down at this plaza, and literally little kids are running around with sheep on their back, and like jumping on the back of cars, and like running in front of cars. Just the little kids are nuts in Africa. And so at this point we were all just kind of like, okay, well, get us to the Sahara Desert, because that's why we're here, and this is kind of crazy. So took a 10-hour car ride all the way out to the middle of nowhere, and we stayed in this hotel even more in the middle of nowhere, and the only person was within like 30 kilometers of us. So we didn't really have anyone, and that was kind of scary because we were by ourselves, and the hotel was kind of like dark, and we were with the African Berber tribe, and I mean, they're awesome. They didn't scare us, but just the situation itself scared us because we were by ourselves in the desert. But once we got there, I mean, that was amazing. That was the best part of the trip by far. We rode camels into this desert, and while we were riding camels into the desert, the famous Moroccan relay races were going on. And so that was a treat, because not only did we get to go watch the tribe next to us do the ceremony and sacrifice the sheep and stuff, but then right after that we took camels out into the desert and got to watch these drag races, and all these like dune buggies going through the sand dunes of the Sahara, and it was pretty incredible. We finally got to this campsite in the middle of Sahara Desert, and we stayed there for a night. We had tea and learned how to play the drums, and then that next morning we took the camels back and then drove all the way back to Tarifa, which is where we took the sailboat. No, we didn't take sailboat. The ferry back to Spain. Passed through the Strait of Gibraltar, get back to Spain. It was only about a 45-minute ferry ride, and that was the end of our Morocco trip. All in all, I mean, Africa was great. We absolutely loved it, but during it, half of us were sick, half of us had to sleep with cockroaches, and there were dead sheep everywhere. So that pretty much summed up Morocco for us. But I do recommend going to Africa. If you ever get the chance, just make sure that you're in a safe part, and that you have, a very structured plan, because it would have been really, it would have sucked if we didn't have the plan that we did. Also, I mean, I guess you won't be going for a while because there's Ebola there right now, so I don't recommend going until Ebola is out of there. But thankfully, we got there before the Ebola outbreak over in Africa really kind of blew up. Anyways, that's Africa. And then the third and final trip that I want to talk about is Salamanca. Salamanca is the second big program trip that we went on, and so all 31 or 2 of us went to Salamanca this weekend, and we stopped in Cáceres on the way there, which is just a small little Spanish town with these like beautiful rolling green hills next to it. So we just kind of stopped there for a couple hours as a break, and then we continued on to Salamanca. I'm going to post some pictures of our trip there, but that's said to be one of the most Spanish looking in like amazing cities in Spain, and it's just very obvious that you're in Spain when you're there. And we didn't really have that in Barcelona. I mean, that's pretty modernized, and so is Sevilla, but Salamanca is the more old style architecture, and it just really feels like you're in the middle of Spain, a different country, and we hadn't had that for a while. So we really loved Salamanca. We went to the big cathedral there, and we went and saw a lot of the big plazas, and then we went on a guided tour the next day, pretty much of all the old sites. And in Salamanca, there's the oldest university in Spain, and so we went and checked that out and just kind of walked around and enjoyed the city. It was really just a relaxing weekend, but also really, really fun. We went to a salsa dancing club the next night, and we also went to this underground club on the same night. It was insane. All of the clubs, well, most of the clubs are underground in Salamanca, and we went down there, and it was crazy. We had never seen so many people in Spain at this point, like in one place partying. And so that was very much like a frat party that you would see at UW. It was just packed, and there were like everyone was dancing, and it was crazy and sweaty. But we all really had fun that night, and so that was how we ended Salamanca. That's the update as of now. We have continued getting a lot more fluent in Spanish, and I'm really feeling like I'm starting to be able to speak Spanish without thinking about the English version first and then translating it into Spanish. I kind of just speak Spanish naturally now, which is really cool. That's exactly what I wanted coming into this Spain study abroad program, and now it's finally happening, and it's really cool to see. It's been great. Everything's going great. I absolutely love my new host family. I'm still in their house. I haven't moved again. I'm here to stay. My host mom's awesome. My host brother's awesome. He's 19. I don't know if I said that in the last video. Him and I are getting really close, and we always watch soccer together. He's a huge Real Madrid fan, and I'm a huge Barcelona fan. So we always make fun of each other and give each other crap when the other team is playing. But anyways, I hope everything's going well for you guys. Everything's great for me. I'm starting to really miss home, but I know these next 2 months are going to go really fast, so I'm just still trying to enjoy every minute here. And every day here is a blessing, and I'm still so grateful that I get to be here traveling the world as a 20-year-old and becoming bilingual. It's incredible. This experience has far exceeded my expectations by far, and so I just can't wait to see what else is in store for me these next couple months. Anyways, as you can see, the game is about to start, so I'm gonna go. But if you guys want to hear more about any of my trips, just give me a call, FaceTime me, FaceTime audio, all that works, Skype, Facebook, just do all that. I'm always wanting to hear from all of you guys and all my friends. And so yeah, just hit me up if you want to hear more, and if not, I will see you guys for my next vlog. Alright, talk to you guys later.
Peace.